Hello, hello Libra. Welcome to your August 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Libra. And if you care to show me some love, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed and liked this video, share it if you care to, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram if you would like to get more readings, more cool stuff, more updates from me on all sorts of tarot, metaphysical, full moon jazz. And then also check out my podcast if you're interested in more content as well. And let's do this. All right, let's start with the truth bomb. First thing, you heal me. Now, granted, I'm going to push back on this a little bit because we don't heal other people. But what I will say is that relationships can be extraordinarily healing. Reflections from each other can be extraordinarily healing. And there is a lot around the relational experience that can actually repair any ruptures that may have occurred previously. So while you don't go in and do other people's healing work, that's a terrible, terrible strategy in every shape, way, and form. So this is just highlighting, I see the relationships as being healing and how getting to a point where you're either reflecting back to each other or whatever, that is part of the healing process. And then we also have starfish. So this looks like it is going to be a slower month just in terms of moving really slowly, progressing really slowly. Just take your time and breathe through each step. You don't need to rush, like there really is no hurry. And this is also an energy of you're going to get where you need to go. I just think you need to be mindful if you've planted seeds recently, don't expect it to bear fruit right this moment. And then we also have thrive, imagine an easeful, prosperous outcome, create a pathway to resources that support your vision, release any tendency to assume a struggle is necessary. So this can be easy. That's one of the big recommendations that I make to people is invite ease, invite it to be easy, ask for it to be easy. You always have that option. Even if you don't think it's going to work, there's no harm in trying. The central energy for you is the Eight of Wands. So this contradicts the starfish energy quite a bit. I think this has more to do with your own personal pace, but in the macro, keep in mind that just because you're moving fast in the moment or in 1 month, you might feel like you have a lot going on or you're doing a whole bunch to move stuff forward. It's something where you can move fast, but in the macro, you're going slow. Okay, so they can both exist at the same time, and that's what I'm seeing with this Eight of Wands. Let me see the crossing energy. We have the gift. Okay, so maybe a surprise, maybe there is some unexpected news, good news. I'm in full agreement for good news only. And so this is just highlighting how the more steps you take, the kind of like the more willing you are to move in whichever direction feels best for you, the more gifts you're going to receive from that process. So just honor whatever it is that you're needing to do. You're going to see some probably great things pop up in August. And then what's shifting out for you is the Seven of Pentacles. How funny. This is the planting seeds card. You can see. And I was just mentioning how if you've planted seeds recently, then don't expect them to bear fruit. This is what this entire thing is highlighting. If you planted seeds or got something started, you might start to see some things pop up, but understand that you still need to water the plants. You still need to nurture the things that you're trying to get to grow. And, you know, you can pick up stuff along the way, but this is just one of those things where don't create expectations for yourself that are actually going to hold you back. And then the oncoming energy, we have the Two of Chalices. Ooh, okay. Connection, 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 connection. So yes, for some of you, this is relational, right? If you're super focused on love relationships, then this is a really great sign. Even like the imagery in this card is just so peaceful and pleasant. You can see how they're just hanging out in there. But also keep in mind, you know, some of you are already in partnerships, you're already connected. This can be deepening intimacy, or maybe that relationship being on the, you know, the front and center of what you have going on, or something that you want to build. This is also good if you want like a business contact or something that isn't necessarily romantic but might involve another party. I'm going to clarify this card just to see what other context this can give me. The Empress, divine feminine receiving. So perhaps, you know, this might be the appearance of the Empress in some contexts, right? Like this could be a practitioner, this could be a partner of some sort, it could be like maybe someone that is already in your life, it's just that they're more front and center. Or this is also stepping into your worthiness around receiving good, healthy, right relationships for yourself. The outward manifestation, we have the Four of Chalices. I think there might be a lot that you're either not entertaining, that you could be putting on the back burner. This is also something where maybe you're turning down certain things just because they're not in alignment with you. Just keep in mind what you're saying yes and no to. That's going to be an important thing for you to just put your attention on. And I say this often, yeses and nos are very important. So what you say yes to will compound, and what you say no to is also important when it's out of alignment, so that you don't continue to see those things. If you say yes to something you don't want, you're going to get more and more and more. It's kind of like if you're at work and you say yes to doing a favor for somebody, and then 6 other people ask you to take part of their workload, you have to say no to things that you don't want to do, otherwise it's going to compound. So that's what the Four of Chalices is encouraging you to do. Think critically about what you actually want in your space. In the subconscious, we have the Hermit. So there's a need for relaxation is what's coming up. Contemplation, finding your internal light within yourself, not trying to push too hard or too fast outside of yourself. This is all internal work, being really, really gentle and mindful with this Hermit energy. If you need a break, take a break. If you need to relax, relax. If you need to meditate for 4 hours, do it. Honor the things that you need that are more quiet and introspective, and that's really going to serve you in propelling your vision forward. The advice for you is the Page of Wands. Do some evaluation. That's really going to serve you. Similar to this Four of Chalices with taking inventory of what you're saying yes and no to. The Page of Wands is also a reflection of you need to evaluate, you need to check in, do some inspecting around, do I actually want that thing? Is that the right direction for me? Have I changed or evolved out of this? And I think you might be like shedding a few things, or just, I don't actually, you know what, I retract that. Not shedding, but tweaking. Maybe you're adjusting like how much energy you're giving to something, or how much of a priority something is to you. You're going to be giving it different tiers or different priority levels. And so that's something that the Page of Wands is really highlighting, is it's okay if your priorities change. It's okay if things shift a little bit. You can definitely tweak them. Like maybe relationships are a really important part of your focus, or healing around relationships, like I said in the beginning, could be a really important part of the process. Let's keep going. I might come back to that, but don't worry. Try not to stress out if you find your priorities shifting in August. The external influence is the Five of Chalices. I'll clarify this because I'm curious if this is intentional or if this is something that is more just circumstantial. Okay, so this is the Ace of Pentacles in a normal deck, even though it says C to bottom. And off of what I just said with the Page of Wands, The Five of Chalices is reflecting something quite similar, in the sense that if you're cluttered, like if you have stuff that you need to get rid of, it's okay if you want to initiate something new or try a new approach, and so you might need to just like toss out a few things. That's what the Five of Chalice is. This is very, very intentional energy. So I see this as like you're basically saying there's some stuff that no longer matters, or that really is less important or isn't number one. And so you're kind of dumping that out and really nurturing what is going well and what is supporting you. And that's going to give you more energy to plant something that you actually want to see come to fruition. Hopes and fears, Page of Pentacles. So this is like the Ace of Pentacles. It's kind of like the, aha, I want to show up and do this thing, and it's really exciting and it's really new. Like I said, it could have something to do with a relationship as well. This is typically the like new business, new endeavor, new job card. So maybe that's something you're focused on as well. But it could be tied to the connections that you have, the people that are in your life, the business relationships, the partnerships that you have had, old contacts, things of that nature. But it's also the fresh, exciting energy of, oh, this is something new that I would like to build. Very, very unique reading this is, because it's all about getting really center, continuing to take action, auditing. It's like very busy energy, and then you're going to prop up the things that are really high priority and feed those more energy than you have before. So this is actually really exciting for you. And then the outcome of August, we have the Two of Wands. Looking off into the distance, I think you have a really clear idea of what you're working towards. And remember, the Eight of Wands is going to help you get here. You're kind of looking off at that mountain range and just dreaming about, oh, this is what I'm building, this is what all my work is for. And that's really serving you. I can't get past this Two of Chalices right here. It just seems like such an important piece of the puzzle, or an important piece of the progress that you're making. Like the relational piece is so healing in August. Don't underestimate that. And I think you're really seeing the big picture, the big vision. Now let's move into the timeline as usual. First, second, third, and fourth quarter. You guys know the drill, unless you're new to my channel, in which case, hello. The first quarter of August, this is about a week-ish. We have the High Priestess. Trust your intuition. This could also be a person who kind of embodies that High Priestess energy, that intuitive nature. And so, similar to the Empress and this that's in the oncoming energy, you might see that sprout up or be more front and center, as I've mentioned. But trust your gut, trust your feeling around this first quarter of August. I think you can that's going to serve you well. Quarter two, we have the World. Wrapping things up, it seems like things are really coming full circle, and a lot that you have been maybe focusing on before is kind of coming and like it's had its turn, it's had its focus, it's been there, done that. And so you're actually able to wrap things up that were loose ends. It just looks like you're tying everything up, making it neat and tidy. This is going to free up a lot of energy. I think this second quarter of August, that second week-ish, is where you're really able to do that evaluating. Since Mercury is direct, you're able to move forward with everything a lot easier. And I think you're able to actually apply all of the stuff that you may have been considering or contemplating, and now it's able to get wrapped up. Third quarter, King of Pentacles, good for career, money, all things business, professional, or like your physical health, your physical body, more of the practical side of things. So this is just reflecting support in that third quarter. Whatever it is that you need, whatever you've wrapped up here with this World card, it seems like it's being bolstered and supported in that third quarter. Then wrapping up, we have Judgment, final decisions, really seeing yourself for exactly what you want and who you are, who you're stepping into, and it just looks like you're really solid and clear. So these two cards are very cohesive, the Two of Wands and the Judgment card. This is like, I have my vision, I'm sticking to it. So it's like you're finally getting to that place where there is more certainty or alignment, right? If you're doing this work, if you're auditing, you're gonna find yourself moving in that direction. And then the Two of Wands is you being able to hold that vision long term and being able to move in that direction for an extended period, having the stamina to put that into real time. Now let's do a 3-card pick. You're welcome to ask a question. You can just ask for an advice card, maybe, whatever it is that you need. Pick as few or as many as you'd like. Okay. Card number 1, 10 of Pentacles, foundation, long term, think long term. It's really going to work for you. If you're overly focused on the short term, you might find that you kind of get caught up in thought. Consider what you want long term in order to help drive your short term decisions, and that's going to be really helpful. Card number 2, we have the Star. Things are working out even if you can't recognize it or see it right in this moment. But the Star is kind of a call to faith. It's a big breath of fresh air, like just absolute relief, freeing up of energy, time, and space for yourself. And that things are falling into place behind the scenes. That's also because you can see there's this black space behind, and it's like this is what's hidden. You're not going to be able to see that % of whatever it is that you're trying to get to or whatever direction you're moving in. So there is a little patience required with the Star. I'm not saying you're going to be waiting forever, but just keep in mind you can't see everything right this moment. Card number 3, we have the 6 of Pentacles, give and take, reciprocity, the importance of seeing the equilibrium within your relationships and partnerships in all capacities. If you're the only one giving, it's not going to work. If you're the only one taking, it's not going to work. So keep in mind wherever you've been feeling a lack of balance, and also what you put energy into is what you're going to get back tenfold. So if you want something to grow, give it energy. If you want that relationship to move forward, while you can't impact their free will, you can also show up. Don't put all your eggs in one basket when it comes to people, but you can check in and see if it gets reciprocated, and that can give you the go-ahead to invest more or to maybe no longer do that. Thank you so much for joining me today, everybody. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, following me on Instagram at Onyx Healing. Don't forget, if you would like to check out the meditations that I offer, if you'd like to sharpen your intuition, I have some stuff on that as well. Don't forget to check out the podcast. The link is in the description box. And as always, if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you know that I'm always available to work with you. We can do some healing, some energetic work, all that good stuff. So check that out, and I will talk to you next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.